What would you do for the current status for our jobs here in northern Arizona specifically? What would be specific issues do you oppose, or do you want to actually build up the Arizona snowball?
Well, I just want to say that's a great question, because right now we have one of the highest jobless rates in the state in Congressional District 1. And one of the reasons for that is because we have such a heavy regulatory burden by the federal government. People in this district are tired of the federal government stopping jobs and actually killing jobs in places like our coal-fired plants that we have all over northern Arizona. They want to make sure that the federal government doesn't stop timber cutting in the White Mountains. They want to make sure that people have good paying jobs, and the only way we can do that is to stop the federal government's encroachment on our lives, and also try to reduce the tax burden that's on people in this district, and also try to do whatever we can to have great commerce with great transportation. And Congressional District 1 and northern Arizona in particular really needs much better transportation.
I'd ask them if they believe in global warming, I suppose. Simply, just that simple.
You know, the fact of the matter is there's a lot of debate going on right now about global warming, and my belief is that it's not completely settled. We saw some of the scandals that happened recently with the university professors that had skewed the results on global warming, and I think that before we take dramatic action in our country, we need to make sure that there's settled science of all the people that are talking about this. The fact of the matter, though, is also that we need to reduce our dependency on foreign oil, and I definitely support doing whatever we can to explore new forms of energy. And I think that instead of letting the government play winners and losers by how we do that, I think we should unleash the power of the free enterprise system to come up with the solar technology, the wind technology, et cetera, of the future, instead of investing in companies like Solyndra.
What are you going to do for the public school system in the state of Arizona? The cuts that have been made and that sort of thing. How would you help, you know, the generation behind us is obviously not going to affect us much, but for the generations coming?
Well, the answer to that is that I believe that the government that governs closest to the people governs best. And the state of Arizona is responsible for education within the boundaries of its state. And obviously we have our school districts. We need to have an education system that is state-based and local school district-based. We send a lot of money to Washington, D.C. Unfortunately, that money comes back to our state with strings attached that actually is a detriment to the quality of education. I think that all of that money that we're sending should be instead stay here in the state of Arizona and should be spent on your children's education. And I also think that it should be going to parents so they can make their own educational choices for their children.
Which one of you is going to turn Arizona around?
Well, I'm going to turn Arizona around, and I also want to help turn this country around. I have the background not only having served in the state legislature and not only being a lifelong Arizonan, but I'm also a combat veteran. I served on active duty in Iraq, and I believe that I have the leadership skills, I have the knowledge, and I have the will to do everything we can to continue to make this the greatest country the world has ever known.